Auction with LowKickMMA. I'm here with Mike Davis, who returns to action next Saturday. Mike, how are you?
Feeling good, feeling great.
Awesome. Awesome. That's awesome to hear. Um, how does it feel to finally have a fight? On top of that, you look like you're in just tremendous shape.
Yeah, in so much better shape than when I fought last. I've increased size, I've increased strength, um, just overall like happiness too. Like everything about me is a lot better than my last fight. So I feel excited to finally get back in here. It's coming on 2 years, and that's crazy. Like I understand that the first year I had an 8 month suspension for my surgeries, and I've been trying to get in ever since literally like October or November of last year.
That's
I've been
crazy.
trying to get in the octagon.
That's crazy.
I
Have you
know.
have you felt the love from the MMA fans that like they've missed you and like they want to see you fight?
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of people, I guess, like my fighting style. And I'm always known I take hard fights. I'm not taking easy kids. I'm taking all the hardest fights I can get. And I'm proving myself every time. So
Absolutely. I mean,
I feel like this is gonna be another one of those fights where we both show up. I'm I've been diverse in striking. I feel like that's where I shine, and I never use any of my other things. So this is going to be another one of those fights.
absolutely, dude. You made your UFC debut against Gilbert Burns. You know, like that's wild.
Yeah,
That's wild.
I was. It's funny. Me and Sadiq are fighting on the same card, seeing each other for the first time since our fight in 2018.
Wow. So it's gonna be the first time you've seen each other. I mean, I still think that's the best
Yeah,
fight. I think it's the best fight in Contender Series history. It was just it
yeah,
was
oh yeah.
it was
I feel
nuts.
like there's a few good ones out there.
Absolutely, absolutely. Before we talk about your fight, we're coming up on 2 years since your epic fight with Mason Jones. Looking back at that fight, how do you feel about that performance?
Um, I felt weak when I fought him. And I know that he's fought at 170 before, so he's has a solid build. He's a big kid. So when I fought him and when I showed up to Abu Dhabi and we did our little weigh-ins where they would calculate how much food we need, I was like 161 pounds. Like showing up ready. Yeah, I barely cut weight. And then the weigh-in day, I think 166 fully dressed, like clothes, shoes, everything. So I felt really weak. Just my punches when I hit him, it didn't seem to do anything, and I that's what kind of made me want to take the time that I was healing from my injuries to increase my strength and size.
Mm, interesting.
I still feel like I'm not fully sized out for a 55er, but I feel so much better.
How much weight were you cutting to get down to featherweight?
Um, I guess 20 pounds. I feel like that's where everybody's weight should be, 20 pounds of a cut,
Mm,
10 pounds in diet and work, and then 10 pounds of water.
but was it like hard work to get down to featherweight?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Sometimes it was easy. Like Contender Series fight, that was probably one of the easier weight cuts I've ever done.
Mm,
And I felt amazing. Like I was the best I've ever felt in a fight. And then I think my second featherweight fight, I weighed in 145, 146, and no 145. And the next day I was like 168. And I was heavier than I am at 55. So yeah, it's interesting.
yeah, it is. It is. Are you surprised that Mason is already out of the promotion?
No, honestly. Uh with the UFC and how everything is changing, I'm watching the biggest names of the UFC get tired of it and they're leaving and they're finding promotions that are doing what they have always wanted and needed. So I mean I don't blame him. UFC is where you grow and shine. They have the biggest platform in MMA. So while you're here, you build your name, you become somebody that you get your following and all that. And then once you have that and you don't feel like Not what you know. I mean, now you need the money or something else. You can branch off.
Mm, gotcha.
I feel like Mason Jones has a big following in the UK. He already has what he needs, and it's time for him to go do what he needs to do and make money.
Mm, interesting. Interesting. So I did want to talk about the layoff a little bit. What caused the layoff? Was it injuries? Was it just like you said, you're bulking up? Was it the UFC being mad that you didn't want to fight in London? Like, what was it?
Yeah. I feel like I can talk free will here. I feel like I can talk free will regardless of what there's, but yeah. At first it was injuries. You know, after the fight, the next month I got all my surgeries, and then I was out for like 8 months. Once I healed from all that, I did get COVID, and that was in October. So I took October off. I needed to regain my cardio. It was not coming back. So COVID zaps your cardio pretty bad. Now it's like December and I feel great. So I'm asking for fights. January, I get offered Jai. I say yes, but then I saw that it was to be determined for the location, and there's a lot of talks about it being overseas. So like, if it's overseas, I don't want to fight. If it's in the States, I'm there. And then when they announced it was in London, I said I don't want it. I don't want to go over there. And so after that, after I said no to that fight, I feel like I'm being sidelined and driven to the point where I'm out of money, where I'm just gonna do anything they want.
Mm,
I feel like it's a manipulation play. Yeah,
mm. Do you
I would say yes to anybody they offer me. It doesn't matter.
right? No, you have a you have a track record of saying yes to whoever and fighting whoever they want. Um, do you regret not fighting in London, or do you stand by your decision?
Maybe a little regret. I feel like I could have went out there and won that fight, and then had, and then because I took the fight, they would a quick turnaround, and I'd be fighting again probably in June or August, one of those cards. And now I'll be getting ready for another one, November or December,
Mm,
which
got
would have been a lot better financially and just like overall career wise. But I feel like it happened for a reason. I don't know. We're moving at a slow pace, but I'm cool with it. I'm not one of these guys that are itching for fame and glory.
mm, gotcha. Well, thanks for sharing that. So you were supposed to fight Uros Medic, pulls out. Now you get Slavaclaus. How much did that screw up training camp at all, or was it kind of same shit?
It's kind of the same stuff. I never really prepare strictly for one person. I always just do what I do and just get my body ready to kind of be in a war and get ready to like have the cardio to be able to push and do any positions that we get into. So whoever I fight, I mean, like I just use my skill set wherever I need to.
Hmm. Do you think?
So it doesn't, yeah, it hasn't changed my game plan or anything. I've never really had a game plan. Just go in there and fight, but it doesn't change anything. It's just another person, and I like better. I've said before, I like it better when there's less of a camp or less people to try and study my film or anything like that.
Hmm.
That's I feel like your best opportunity is when you can sit there for a few weeks or days and like nitpick everything that I do and find a way to beat me.
Right,
But then again, you're watching old videos, and every single fight I change, I grow, I change, I learn.
right. No, for sure. Do you think Slavaclaus is a better matchup or harder matchup than Udos?
Um, I don't know. I put a lot of respect on everybody that's in the UFC. It's the hardest way to get here, the hardest platform. So you're here, you have talent. I don't overlook anybody.
Right.
Um, skill set wise, I feel like I was told he's a kickboxer, so I feel like they're the same.
Hmm. Gotcha. I mean, on paper, it is a ridiculously fun fight. You always bring it. He's fun, kickboxer. I mean, it's primed for fight of the night. Are you kind of going in?
No,
thinking that, or are you going in there to finish this guy?
I do not want fight of the night anymore. After Mason Jones, and people are like ecstatic about getting that $50,000 bonus for fight of the night. I would prefer like performance or something else other than that. So those wars are not fun to be in.
Right, right, right. I did just want your what are your thoughts on Slavaclaus as an opponent?
Good. I mean, I feel like my skill set striking wise is kind of beyond 90% of the lightweight roster.
Mhm.
And I don't feel like he has the skill set in striking that I do.
Did you watch his last fight?
Yeah, Mark.
Mark.
That's the only one that anyone showed me, and I was surprised that a striker didn't want to strike.
Right.
But
So with that being said, I mean, the kind of the blueprint was kind of set out like, and you're a good wrestler. Is it kind of just take him down and do the same thing, or is it kind of use all of your skills?
I don't know. I like to beat people in their own realm, so I want to see how good of a striker he is, if good at all. So I know that they keep putting me against people over at Alpha Male. I know he's from Alpha Male. And I talked to the coaches there when I fought Mason after I fought Mason Jones, and they said they prep everyone that is offered me to wrestle. I guess they know I can wrestle, but I have no like honed in to wrestle in the fight. If it happens, if I need to, I will, but I don't have it. I'm just gonna go in there and mix it up and just be a fighter.
Gotcha. Well, I can't wait for it. I just got a couple last things for you, man. Who were some of your training partners this camp?
Everybody. Oh my god. um I work with I'm trying to see who's the one that I work with the most. There's a kid, Jamal. He's not known yet,
Okay.
but he's really good. He's really good at keeping distance, and then he's also really good at like randomly kickboxing. A very talented kid. Not a kid. I mean, he's adult, but um, working with him makes it good. But I've been around the ways because we were preparing for Medic, and they looked at all his tapes. So I was sparring a lot with like Uriah Hall and Lyoto Machida. So those, yeah, those are the ones they wanted me to get used to a karate style, a bouncy kind of in and out kind of guy. So I guess in my head I still feel that way, but and that's kind of why I don't like prepping or fighting specific people. So I try to mix it up and get more boxers in, people that are good in the pocket. I'm really good in the pocket as I come from boxing background. So if he wants to get up close and um, coach said he likes to throw body shots, I eat those all day. But I will give body shots. I promise I'm better in the pocket. I'm a better fighter in the pocket.
Dude, can't wait. I can't wait. Two last things. As of right now, you are opening up the main card. You excited
Yeah.
about that? And then you're
Yeah.
fighting at the Apex. I know that you'd probably prefer to fight in front of a crowd, but back at the Apex, what are your thoughts on that?
I mean, I fought at the Apex, right? That's where
Yeah.
the contender series is held. Yeah. So
Mhm.
I mean, it wasn't bad, and I performed decent. I mean, I didn't win, but uh, feeling wise, without the intensity of the crowd, it makes it feel like a sparring match inside your own gym. So it's really less pressure, and you do perform a lot better. It's different with the crowd. So I think that'll be good to be there.
Yeah, awesome. And there's a reason that the UFC put you guys open up the card because they know once people watch you fight, they're going to continue to watch the card. So
Yeah. Oh yeah.
and
That's
then
good.
finally, yeah, no, for sure. And then finally, is this the last fight on your contract?
No, I have a new contract.
Oh,
So I'll be doing 4, yeah.
gotcha.
This will be number 1 of 4.
Awesome. Oh, good. Awesome, man. Well, Mike, thank you so much for your time, man. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that you're back. If you want to plug your social media, plug any sponsors you have, you want to thank anybody, the floor is yours.
There's always way too many, and I feel like I'm plugging them every day through social media. But just follow me on Instagram. It's Mike Davis MMA. I'm gonna start streaming once I'm done with the fight. This camp has taken a lot of time away from me, so I love playing video games. Is what I do. And if you want to follow my Twitch, it's Mike Davis UFC, or on Facebook is Mike Davis UFC as well. So that way, if fans want to chat with me, like live time, real chat, just join one of my lives, watch me play some games, and ask any question you want, or chill, hang out, even join my game. Well, just chill.
Awesome.
Make sure to subscribe to the LowKick MMA YouTube channel for all the latest news, event previews, and interviews with some of the biggest stars in MMA.